All right. You all hop in a rowboat, and you quickly forge your way across the Verfafluss River, which is thankfully not a tumultuous river, so it's a fairly easy journey. And after just a few quick minutes of rowing, that's not terribly hard work, you arrive in the swamps. So, for this part, it's going to be more of a pure description of what's going on, and then y'all will arrive on a map once you arrive in an area of note. Make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. So, you arrive in the swamps, and the Orschlam is not a pleasant place. It has this weird, terrible brown miasma that heavily hangs on everything, and there's a lot of rumors about this place. A lot of people have terrible, terrible tales about the Orschlam, and of course the Beast is a fairly famous tale that you've heard about in camp, but it just doesn't have a good reputation. However, as you arrive on the opposite side of the shore, you're very surprised to see the giant three-toed footprints kind of just obviously there, leading out of the river further into the swamp. Like, it is the easiest path to ever follow.
Well,
the tracks.
Yeah, Gojira, do you have any useful skills?
How about we take guesses at what it can be?
Wait, is there tracking?
There is a track skill, yep.
I think you're an outdoor survivalist type, so you probably have something.
Is that a talent or no, it's a skill?
Nope, it's a skill. So if you don't see it, it means you don't have it.
Oh, I have it.
You're a tracker?
Yeah, it doesn't have a little check mark though.
Check mark just means that it's part of your career. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't have it actually.
I do have it probably as
okay. Then roll a tracking check.
Wow.
Is it being different useful? +0. Ooh, interesting. All right.
Useful.
Susan, you immediately, easily, like with almost a terrifying precision, not only can tell where the track is going, but you're able actually to discern a little bit more about the tracks, which I'm going to type to you, so everyone be patient for a second.
Uh-huh. But guys, are you proud of me?
Role play among yourselves for a moment.
Darling, are you proud of me? Who would have thought?
I will nod happily. with a smile missing several teeth.
Your smile is as dashing as ever, darling. Remember when we first met? Oh, but the elf is listening. Never mind. But you remember, huh?
I never would have guessed that you to be a tracker.
Duh. I have many hidden talents, so you might just go ahead and stop doubting me. Huh? Nothing to say, huh?
You're stupefied. You can...
Just stupefied.
Is it nighttime or daytime right now?
It's night.
Okay.
It's night because we came back after digging up the stones and then the whole motion happened.
So we all have night vision except Gojira, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Well, dark vision is not night vision. Don't confuse the two. Like, he could see well enough because both the moons are out. It's not like difficult to see.
Okay, so it's
like, I wouldn't advise like for Gojira to like try and mountain climb at this time, but as long as he like is careful where he walks, he'll be fine.
But he has the mountain climbing talent.
Shut up,
like a goat.
He can just use his whip to whip everything out of the way.
Yeah, I'll just Indiana Jones across the mountain.
What is your class, Anna?
My class? Fortune teller.
The mystic. Mystic.
Alright, there you go.
Alright, a second patience as I read.
So you can read it, and you can choose to convey that information or keep it to yourself or what have you.
I'll eat the remainders of dinner out of my beard.
Just disgusting.
I'm just my lips out. My lips covered with grease.
Turn, if you keep doing that, I'm gonna have you take tests for rotten food.
It's not rotten. This is from dinner, like the night before.
We
Don't-
had s-
I will make a chart, I swear to God.
I make a horrible screech to draw attention of the team to myself, which I'm not gonna perform right now.
Seems
but...
unnecessary, but okay.
Well, gentlemen, it appears that we've been fooled. This is not what it seems to be. Like, can you just come with me and lean close? And if you lean close, you will see that those footprints, they look unnatural. It actually seems as if someone left them deliberately, as if it wasn't an animal at all, but someone trying to fool us.
So you believe the beast is not a monster?
Well,
beast is a man.
it would that would be my guess, but if you look close, it's and no animal walks like that, and I would know. I grew up among a pack of deer, so I would know.
Well, the man didn't seem to have been chewed apart by an animal, but rather he had stabbings, as I recall.
Well, maybe the whole tale of the beast is fabricated. Darling, do you see what I mean? Do you see how the footprints are just odd?
Perhaps it was the treacherous harlot in the camp, eliminating the competition.
I would agree. She's a total bitch.
Do you advise that we keep following the prince, or should we go back?
Well, I'm a little on the fence because maybe we were just to be led away and strung along, and someone has their best interest so that we aren't in the camp. But then again, what if I'm wrong?
What are y'all gonna do?
Caesar, what do you have to say?
It's me, sir. Thank you very much. And, I believe we should just track it regardless. Let's do it. Let's go for it.
Y'all agree?
All right, let's just walk into a trap and meet our glorious doom.
My
Alright.
one argument against it would be that we were told to bring the head of a beast for gold. If we don't bring the head of a beast, what if they try to cheat us out of gold once more?
Well, that is a very...
I don't want to see that cranky old woman very angry again.
I knew we should have given the key to the dwarf.
I knew that we shouldn't have given the key away at all.
Well, I mean,
But
the elf
it's
gave
the
the key away.
boss.
It wasn't.
Let's follow the trail.
Well, boys, what it
All right.
comes down to is we either are walking into a trap, or we might as well meet a fight when we get back and tell them that we just figured it all out, those bastards. So, are we walking into a trap?
I seek experience points.
As we walk,
The
I
realm
would
of
like-
chaos shudders as reality is disturbed.
Downward, beast of
as we're
corn
walking, I
downward.
like to attempt to just observe the surroundings and see if I, carefully observing what's around us to see if I notice any, like strange movements or anything.
Okay, let's get moving. The prince wend their way through honeycombed workings of turf cutters. You can see that whatever this is, or whoever is making it, has wound quite a annoying path through the marshes, and the ground is pretty treacherous underfoot. It's rarely visible due to the dark and the miasma, and you're often find yourselves slipping or walking into really deep mud that sucks at you as you try to pull yourself back out. It's not a dangerous path, it's just exhausting and very, very irritating. So you kind of manage to follow the path among a series of small islands where you kind of are on firm ground, then you go down in the mud, then you're back on firm ground, and back in the mud. And eventually, you start making your way deep enough in that you can no longer see the river behind you. As you continue to progress, the path begins to grow more overgrown, and it becomes more difficult to follow the tracks. But thanks to someone's excellent tracking check, the wood elf, this is nothing compared to the difficulty of the paths in Ethel Lauren, and she has an easy time following them and making sure that y'all stay on stay according to where you should be. Eventually, you manage to make it far enough in, and it's about midnight now. The moons are both high in the sky. You would all much rather be in bed, but you are still here slogging through this boggy landscape, and it is a very tough going. Everyone needs to roll a endurance check. If you are already fatigued, then you need to add -10 to your check.
All right.
Yikes.
All right, you're fatigued.
Just 1 point, or
Just
what?
one.
Thank God I got that one out of the way.
Fatigued, and fatigued. All of you are fatigued. If you already had fatigue, then you add another fatigued. So you're
Wait, where's the fatigue?
So it's just if you click on your character,
Does that
if you
involve
already have it, then just indicate in one of the 3 circles that appears on your character. Just write like a 2 to represent that you have 2 fatigue conditions.
Gonna put a snail there. That makes sense.
All right, but you finally kind of reach a not a clearing, but a place that is firm, dry ground, and there are a lot of trees that you're kind of pushing your way through. And as you're making your way through a particularly dense grove of sickly birch trees, you hear shouts of alarm from close by. And through the mist, you can vaguely make out 3, looks like just 3 guys running towards the 4 of you. And they seem to be running as fast as their poor legs can carry them.
What do our elves' eyes see? Can we recognize? Oh shit! They are armed.
Roll a. They're not very well armed. You roll a. If you want, elves, y'all can roll a perception check using your sight.
Hell yeah!
Do we have to -10 then?
Yes, you
Or,
are.
like, I do.
It's a fatigue, so it affects everything. So Susan's at -20. You're okay. Y'all just see these guys, and you can barely make them out.
And I can't take such a check, right?
Yeah, not yet. So they're running towards you, and the 3 of them are hollering, even though it's a bit muffled by the mist. And you notice that they are trying to run so fast through some like kind of murky water that's not very high, but it's not the easiest footing. They're literally just throwing crap. Like they are throwing off their packs. All 3 of them have some staffs that they throw to the side, and they're just running as if hell itself is snapping at their wheels. And all four of you can vaguely see some kind of larger shape looming behind them.
Oh, where is the model for it?
Holy shit! We should take cover.
The time of reckoning is upon us.
After a few more seconds, they manage to cover a bit more distance, and finally, something comes into view as you notice a towering creature start pulling its way out of the swamp towards you guys. And all of you notice this thing is at least 20 feet. And it is huge. 8 legs are pulling a large reptilian creature forward, and it opens its large mouth and roars. And it looks very odd. You can tell from the way it's moving and how pale it is that it must be ancient. When it roars, you can see there's various broken teeth or teeth missing, and its skin is very saggy. And as it starts running towards y'all, just because y'all happen to be standing in the path these guys are running in, it definitely is not as formidable as it maybe could be, but this thing is still colossal compared to you guys. And with that, it is time to roll initiative.
Oh, hell yeah.
So pick up my belongings.
So remember to use your macro after you select your character model.
I grimly have rolled a 38.
34.
Susan coming in with the 57.
And this gets a -10 as well.
No, not this. Ignore that.
Before the combat, can I use my thing to get rid of my fatigue condition?
No. You can do it on your turn.
Okay.
What you rolling intelligence for, bro?
That's a good question.
Yeah, no. Just click your character and use the macro you should have. That
Which would
everybody
appear
has.
Ulrav is quite intelligent.
I know you all have the macro because I checked.
Find the macro.
It's bottom left on your toolbar.
Anna rolled it.
Oh, and yes.
There you go.
Yes, of course, of course.
Okay,
These-
so now we do this. And for those of you who are not restricted by listening to non-copyrighted music, feel free to turn on some battle music. Susan, you're up first. As you catch sight of this horrifying creature, you will need to take a terror check.
Can I let out a screech anyway?
Yeah, that would probably be ideal in this situation.
That's lore friendly.
All right, so this critter is he causes terror. So the way terror works is that the moment that all of you can see him, all of you need to take a cool check. And at this point, if you want to use a resolve to get rid of any fatigue conditions, you can. And it costs 1 resolve per point of fatigue you're getting rid of.
Okay, so I remove only 1 level of fatigue, so
Yep.
I have only 1.
Okay.
And that is everything I can do? No, a cool check. Cool check.
Yeah.
And you can also move.
Yeah, all of you roll a cool check. That happens when you see it, and then if you fail it, you can roll it again on your turn if you fail.
Okay, so but does the cool check also have -10?
Yep. Yep, it
Okay.
affects all checks.
Oh shit, I guess I scared myself.
Oh, everybody's spooked.
Cool. So we can't now use the... Okay, so
Yeah, you-
minus 10.
No, you can use it right now if you want.
The
So I
way
can
I
use-
imagine it is Pawn just jumped into my arms like Scooby-Doo jumped on Shaggy every time a scary moment happened.
So I will remove both of my fatigue conditions.
Okay.
With 2 points. Okay, great. Now I don't have a penalty. And just do a cool check?
Yes.
No modifier.
Nice. Grimly's not afraid.
It is I, Grimly.
Of course.
Waiting on you,
So cool.
Gojira.
I want to be king.
Those of you who failed,
Wait, do I use fatigue on this? as
yes, you use fatigue on everything.
Is it only
well? Oh,
for
can I
me that
take
Sotek cuts out so bad?
Huh?
No, he cuts out for me too.
Oh, sorry. I need to remember that it has a delay.
That's fine.
The echo.
Yeah, we're getting that echo again.
Someone took headphones
Sorry
off.
guys. Just give me.
Okay, she's taking care of that. All right.
So can I use my resolve
Yes,
now
you can
before-
use your resolve right now to get rid of it if you want.
Get rid of 1. So if you have 2,
Oh,
it'll get rid of
Yeah,
1.
I'm gonna
each
get-
resolve gets rid of a point of fatigue.
I'm gonna get rid of 1, so it's only a minus.
Yeah, only minus 10 now. On your
Okay.
check.
And then roll it. Okay, so you two are fine. Both of the
Joji hasn't
elves.
rolled bad yet.
He'll have his moment. Don't worry. Both of you who failed.
God, I wish we had the halfling to use his chum for this thing.
Yeah.
Would you
What I
like a
think
bucket of
happens
chili?
with the
After
echo
you
that
fail,
our Wi-Fi just goes to shit, honey. Because I had like a huge
terror rating.
Yeah, we'll
the
check it out
Wi-Fi
later.
got terrorized.
What is his terror rating? One sec.
What is love? Creature, don't hurt me.
It's going to. I will protect.
Well, it better not hurt me, or else I'm.
It'll try, for better or worse. Oh, now I remember what I was trying to look up.
What if it's a machine, like with Anna making the Scooby-Doo reference? What if there's like people inside like working it?
That
Yeah,
would
like
be
a
pretty
halfling-
amazing, wouldn't it?
A halfling at each
Yeah.
leg.
Well, I mean,
He is enormous.
is it where the footprints so weird because he has so many. Like,
Causes terror.
It's Old Man Jenkins.
All right, Anna and Pone, both of you gain 2 broken conditions, as you are literally terrified.
broken.
Broken. Yep. So pick a
Broken on the inside and.
So you just add like a skull on your character. or something.
pick a symbol that you feel appropriately represents that.
Broken heart.
No, not that kind of broken.
It's like mentally broken.
Yeah, no shit, darling. You
She's
can break
fucking-
my heart.
All right. So what broken does is that during your move or during your turn, you must use your move and your action to do everything in your power to run away and hide from whatever it is that you are afraid of.
Oh,
But
boy.
I get to roll again on my turn.
Yes, but on your turn you will have to. But you can only roll to stop doing that once you have found a hiding spot. Once you are hiding, you can roll. Well, actually, you can do it instead of running, but well, let's start with Anna. Anna, it's your turn. If you want, you can try and recover from.
From being scared shitless.
Yep, you can. To see if you're unengaged. Oh, okay. So you have to spend your round moving and hiding, and at the end of your round, you can roll another cool check depending on how well you hid. That may let your character gather their courage.
Okay, so can I just dash to those woods here?
Sure. Yeah, there's plenty of trees and water and rocks if you want to just like throw yourselves in something.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna take a dive into. How far can I go?
How far can you go? See, your movement 5. It should be written on your sheet. It's gonna be your run, or not your run, your whatever the second one is. So you can move double your movement typically, so 10 yards.
10 yards. Okay, so I'm going just 10 yards into the woods.
Okay. All right, so you run and jump behind a tree. All right,
That's
next is Ulrivis. How do you want to hide? Oh, Anna, take a cool check. You're hiding behind a tree, and the creature is pretty far away from you. So taking your broken and fatigue condition into consideration, take a cool check with no bonus.
Okay, I feel just reimbursed by the presence of trees. Oh shit, never mind. I'm still scared, like a little.
You have found a okay hiding spot for the moment, as the creature obviously does not know where you are. But you're not.
But it's so scary.
Yeah, you're not happy. All right, Ulrivis, pick a hiding spot. There's some water behind you that can go pretty deep. You want to just throw yourself flat in the mud. There's some trees. You can just run for your life.
The tree that she was at looked pretty good.
Oh, the elves hiding in the trees.
It's getting a little crowded behind that particular tree, but thanks to the Basilisk not being aware of you guys, that's fine. Roll a cool check. You get a. I'll give you plus 10.
I get plus 10?
Yep. You only have one fatigue condition, right?
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
so
yeah,
do
plus
I.
10. Nope, not you.
But I
Don't worry about it.
one.
All right,
suck
nope.
at everything, Anna.
You're still
right.
scared shitless.
I get
All
all
right.
the high rolls.
So
out
both
the
of you are desperately holding on to each other, praying to your similar but slightly different pantheon, at least the order. Grimly, you're up. There is a large beast in front of you, and the elves have abandoned ship.
I would like to call to. I look around, seeing the absence of the elves, and of course I'm expecting it. I will look to go.
From your wife.
Well, no, that it's different. It's different.
We're not hiding. We're strategically positioned.
Strategically.
Exactly.
You can claim that after the battle.
I'll look to Gojira and say, "Do I have your whip, lad?"
And I'm stroking him, just like, yes.
Okay. Well,
Just twirling
hopefully
his
Gojira will
mustache.
actually help.
Literally the worst character.
Twirling his mustache nonchalantly.
The worst character. Oh my god. Okay, so let's see. What is my movement allowance? So those three are still running from the Basilisk, right?
Yeah, they are running for their freaking lives. They do
Okay.
not want to be here.
Can we see them? Are they closer to us now? Can we see like?
Oh, yeah,
what
you can
they
see
look
them.
Like?
Yeah, they're three fairly disheveled individuals. They look like the country bumpkins of this part of the empire. They definitely have trappings that suggest they live in a city because of how disgustingly ratty and greasy their clothes are. One of them is a fairly obese man who you
He's
can
the
tell
one in the back.
Yes, who you can tell has been either sliced or bitten by the beast based on the fact that he's bleeding. There's one very, very small man, and then there's a who has a kind of a goofy, tattered hat that has multiple scraps sewn into it. And then in the front is a slightly better armored individual who clearly seems to be a ringleader, but right now he's just the leader of being faster than the other two.
Are they armed?
They are carrying some hand axes, and that's pretty much the only thing they've held on to. Everything else they've just thrown. And it looks like they've held on to it in a desperate attempt that if they get cornered, they might fight back.
Okay.
But they are like they are the most peasanty looking peasants you have seen in a while.
Well, I will suggest to my nearby party members that we should engage the Basilisk while its attention is on them. So essentially, use them as chaff.
Yeah.
And what is the thing to draw the ruler? Like, what do I hit again?
When you hold your character.
Yeah.
I think it's. Nope. Oh, it's right click. So left click and then left click, hold, and then right click, or you can just grab the ruler. Either way.
It's not working for some godforsaken reason. Okay, well, let me just grab the ruler. So I if my movement is 3, I can run 6, right?
You can, if you want to run as fast as you can take a athletics check, and you would move 9 plus however many success levels you rolled. If you just want to move like regular combat movement, then you can move 6.
Yeah, I'll just move the 6.
Okay.
Just like that. That's it. I'm done.
All right. These three, they see a broad and brave dwarf standing ahead of them, and the man in front points and says, "Stronach, Gert," or he goes, "Stronach, Frederick, get to the dwarf! Get to the fucking dwarf!" And the three of them come hurtling towards you.
Great.
And they are running as fast as their legs will carry them.
I'll address him and say, "Will you stand with me against the beast?"
They're breathing a little too heavily at the moment to respond. Meezer, you're up.
You made a promise, Meezer. Don't leave me to the beast.
His eyes are like
I saw
going back and
this
forth
over
like a
here.
cartoon. No.
Come on, roll that 1 on your whip. We need it.
Yeah, except for his
So
whip
I can move 8
range
then?
is like a
Or no, I
right
can
up to
move.
you.
I can move 16 if I wanted to. So what are you telling me?
I think you can move 12, right? Isn't your movement like 6 or something? 5?
His
Depends
movement's
if
no way his movement's better than the elves.
You probably just want to move behind me.
So
You're a human. Your movement is 4.
Yeah, so you could run 8.
Yeah,
So you can combat move 8. Yeah.
Combat move 8. Gotcha. Then 8 it shall be. There it is.
Is the
Oh,
right
wow.
click really not working for y'all?
No, if I right click right now, it just moves my whole screen.
Yeah, that's
No.
what happens.
Pick up your character and with the left click, and while holding them.
Yeah, I
don't-
tried that. Didn't
Yeah,
work.
my screen moves.
Really?
Yeah, it just moves the screen.
What the fuck? That's weird.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, whatever. That's very strange. Huh.
Turn.
Whatever. All right. Big boy.
See how fast this thing is.
Just has the speed of God with
Leaps
it has
over
8 legs.
those 3.
All right. So the creature, clearly incensed by just the sheer number of people who are interrupting his domain, vaults forward. And
Is it gonna land on the fat guy?
not necessarily. So he gets to about here, and then he's
Mongo.
gonna do a thing. 1 second.
Corrosive breath.
They all melt in front
Just
of
turns
The
them to
dwarf
stone.
is standing still, targets the dwarf lord.
Oh, you called me a lord. Wow.
Well, so far,
My lord.
all you do is you and Goji just roll good, and me and Anna get all the high dice out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
What can you do?
So he gets to about here before he starts to slow down a little bit. He is gaining on them though. Susan, you've stayed hidden for a full round, so you automatically recover from your broken condition, but you gain another fatigue.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Welcome to Warhammer.
well, I guess I'm just gonna creep out and
Shield wall.
wait, how far is? I'm just
The
gonna
most
go
haggard shield wall of all.
I'm just gonna go 10 yards towards my husband.
If you want to move closer to the beast, you will need to take a cool check for fear.
Okay. So if I wanted to move towards Grimly, I'm taking a cool.
At minus however many conditions you have.
I have broken and 2 fatigues, which
No,
is...
your broken is gone.
Oh, okay.
You're a fatigue replaced your broken.
Okay, so I have 2 fatigues basically.
Okay, so you're at
minus
20. Yeah, do it at a flat 0.
Okay.
So plus minus 0 to conquer your fear. Nope, that thing's fucking scary. You would rather watch your hubby die. It would be much easier.
Cold as ice.
Ulravis.
Willing to sacrifice.
It's not a conscious decision. It's more like a primal thought.
So do I also gain another 15?
Yes.
Broken?
And your broken is gone. And you also take a fear check if you want to move closer to the beast in any way. So if you're moving anywhere closer to it, you need to roll a check.
Put it to sleep, wizard. Sleep the beast.
You know, I actually think I have a better spell for what is going on.
Apparently, if
Teleportation.
The
something
beast
can be-
avoided the light earlier. So...
Make it teeth rot. So it can't eat
That's
it.
the logical conclusion.
Pretty sure that's a touch spell, so that might be a little dangerous.
Yeah, I don't plan on getting in range of... I'm going to light up the area with, well, yeah, time to call upon the winds of magic once more.
Good God.
In before
You
he
doomed
just
us all.
shits himself to death with blood.
I'm gonna attempt to cast magic flame.
Okay.
And I have to roll something before I roll the spell, right?
If you want, you don't have to. You
Well,
can
like
roll a
nothing-
channeling check to try and make your magic more reliable.
But all of these are petty spells, so I don't have any.
You don't need to. No, it'd be pretty much useless.
Oh, okay. So I can just roll my spell then.
Yep. Also, I changed the length on the map a little bit to more accurately represent yards. It was a little funky.
Okay.
All right, you cast Magic Flame. Feel free to describe what occurs.
The magic. As I focus the magic into my hand, a fiery ball appears into my palm. It does not burn me, but it brightly illuminates the area.
Like a foot around you.
In my hand.
It's not a massive flame. It's
It's pretty pitiful.
It looks
actually.
sort of like a lighter.
It's like a candle.
it mostly engulfs the top half of his hand.
To describe it.
It engulfs the top half of his hand. It's a respectable flame. Grimly, you're up.
It's about an
That's
average
it. It
size.
doesn't have any. Does the lizard see the flame and get angry?
Well, we'll get around to the lizard in a minute.
Yeah, I'll move next to the fleeing creatures, and I will ask them, will you stand with me against the beast?
Charm them with your dwarven
I'm literally
sword.
right next to them now.
The one of them will go, Hans, can we stop? I can't run anymore. And the man in front turns and nods and says, "Aye, get behind the dwarf." And they all seem to rally vaguely
Yes.
to you.
Yes. All right, and that's my turn.
That's their turn too. Meezer, you're up.
We'll bring the whip to bear.
The whip.
Shield wall.
I'm bringing up the rear.
Is that all you're doing?
I mean, what else?
All All right.
What's the range
Dwarf.
on your whip?
Dwarf, are you trying
Yeah.
to make a lot of noise? Like, are you trying to paint yourself as a target?
No, I'm just standing calm and collected, waiting for its approach.
Okay. So, the basilisk comes charging forwards, and
And sends a text message.
sorry, one sec.
It texts with one of its many arms. For
It's XO10.
Oh my god, there is somebody operating that thing. It's Old Man Jenkins.
I love that. Oh my god.
One sec. I gotta take care of something.
Anna, do you have any spells or abilities to talk to the beast? Any wood elf?
I can totally charm it.
Can you use that charm on it?
I doubt it. It would have to under.
I could actually try charming it. And the thing is if it has the bestial trait, it won't even attack me. It'll just fucking attack.
Well, you need to whip it, or else we're in trouble.
Whip it.
Although we
What
have
if
these 4 guys with
What
us,
if
so.
I try to? What if I write it? That'll be the.
Actually, I think if you made it a massive athletics check and like tried to jump on
Here's
its
the
back.
thing. My flame I can set flammable objects on fire, like normal fire.
All right, the
Was it
beast,
flammable?
the beast of the
Well,
Orshlam
we're in a fucking marsh.
charges forward, and with a deafening roar, comes pounding down on the fat man who was wounded earlier.
Of course.
Of course, it's a fat man.
Survive! Survive!
And it seems eager to make a mess of things. And I actually want. Okay, I'll just do it this way. Don't want y'all to see the rolls. All right, its jaws come snapping down, and the man squeals and sort of falls backward, and its jaws snap shut, just barely missing him. Oh wait, no, not necessarily. I forgot for a second that this is an opposed check. How does the fat man do? Oh, never mind. The fat man does not get out of the way.
He cannot tumble away from this.
Wookiee would tumble away from it.
Wookiee would take that fucking basilisk head on.
Yeah, he would.
I'm drawing our thumbnail, by the way.
Awesome.
All right, its teeth. Sorry, I'm doing mental math. Yep, its teeth graze across his belly, and he lets out a shriek as it definitely hurts him. It definitely hurts him a lot. Let me check.
This fat peasant scream.
It does sound disturbingly similar to a pig.
He's surprisingly well fed for a peasant.
Yeah.
Let me just check his stat line real quick. Okay. So 6 minus 3. All right, he falls and is desperately clutching at his shoulder, where the basilisk fangs sank into him. But he is still breathing, and he does look like he is somehow still alive, for better or worse. All right, it is now Susan's turn.
Oh yeah.
If you want
Charge,
to,
my lady.
if you want to move closer, take a cool check.
I'm taking that cool check to
'Cause
try and join
it's so
my
spooky.
husband.
Throw a dagger at it.
At 0?
Yes, it's gonna stay at 0
Oh god.
unless something crazy happens. Nope, you're still scared. Ulravis.
So what about throwing that dagger?
No, you can't even look at it. It's like it is like you will have a full-on anxiety attack if you peek out of your tree thing.
Okay.
Ulravis, you're up. Especially since there's like a fat man squealing as he's being like partially. It's not a good time to look out.
Alright, I will take my cool check then.
Okay.
With, do I have a modifier? Or?
Nope. You got a fire in your hand. But
Shock! Burn it!
how many fatigue conditions do you have?
2.
Yeah, no modifier. Nope, still afraid. So close. Poor elves. They're just there like holding each other.
Yeah, but I have fire.
Well,
He's just looking at the fire to calm himself in the tree.
yeah, just look at the flame. Look at the flame. All right,
No. I'm strategizing here.
Grimly, you're up.
All right, so I'm in melee distance, correct?
Oh yeah, you can easily hit this thing. It is like
Looks like.
Oh
It's
wait, I.
chop its balls off, turret.
Hold on. I almost.
Kicker in the ball.
They say that a dog
I-
can save us.
May have goofed something. Let me check real quick.
That's too late.
You forgot
Oh!
the animal's balls are exposed.
Wait. Okay.
Call shot to the nuts.
So 2 steps. Oh. Oh.
Did you forget an attack with it or something?
No. I just forgot something that he's gonna do real quick. 1 second. I have to math something out real quick. Give me half a second. Well, longer than
Alright.
half a sec.
Well, if you want, me and Anna can take our rolls back, and we can,
Yeah, I think if we're gonna retcon this.
All right. I'll agree to your conditions that I don't.
Oh wait,
have
no,
to
never
agree.
mind. No, let's just keep going. It's probably really bad if he's agreeing that easily.
Yeah.
But next, it's gonna be like the fat man is fully engulfed in its mouth.
who cares?
Well, I need to check this thing real quick anyway because it's gonna affect the entire combat. I just need to check what it says. Okay, I need damage and impact, and then plus any damage.
Cohen, why do you have a tree on your forehead?
Larger.
A tree.
Yeah, in your character picture,
You elf
got a really bad tattoo.
That's a terrible tattoo.
You,
That elf made some terrible life choices.
don't
He's
insult
a
my
really
people.
stupid elf and elf school.
Why do you have food in your beard?
Just save it for later.
Gross.
Medieval refrigeration.
Of course,
And
this
literally-
this is the one thing I forgot to write down. I'm trying to remember what page it's on.
Literally in the Gotrek and Felix book, the first one, there's a scene where Gotrek is like has food in his beard and he's just all over disgusting. I was so happy that I felt kinship.
My spirit animal.
Gotrek is awesome. Gotrek would annihilate this basilisk. He would just
Wow,
straight up
a
flying.
hero of the Warhammer times would
Ah.
easily subdue a nameless basilisk.
He would. His axe of Grimnir would chop it asunder.
Here we go.
I'm sure Teclis could blow it up with the flick of a wrist.
I'm
Maybe.
sure Mel Gibson would come and adopt the basilisk.
Orion would ride it
What
with
is-
like a saddle.
The wild hunt is here. We just have to hold out long enough
Damaging.
for Orion and the boys to show up.
Orion and Gotrek and Teclis to shot.
And Morathi, don't forget the
dear.
girls.
An impact.
Oh no, it's Archeon on his three-headed
Add the
dragon.
result of the unit's die.
The whole party is here.
Sotek's like, you see.
Oh,
you guys
okay.
running.
Yeah,
There's a dark
sorry.
thing behind them.
No,
It-
Fat Man.
It's Kolek.
Fat Man. Yeah, Fat Man literally gets bitten in half. He is super dead. He is so dead it's not even funny.
Sounds good.
So there's just fat and
Yeah,
lard
sorry.
spilling out
All of you hear a pig squeal for about half a second, and then the jaws snap, and there's just like a burst of like a pop of blood and entrails, and 2 fat legs and a little bit of gut go down.
May I ask what the squeal sounds like, just for lore purposes?
I'll find a clip of it for you in a minute. Grimly, you're up.
All right, I will attempt to bash in the Wazik's skull here. So let's
Okay.
and so I'm just going to be doing melee basic, correct?
Yep.
Any modifiers?
Nope.
Nice.
Okay, you hit him.
Satisfy the grudge.
And remember,
Right.
don't roll melee basic checks. Roll with your weapons.
So should I re-roll that, or is that
No,
fine?
no, you can keep the roll. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you got less than a success level, so you're just gonna do your damage.
Okay.
So it's gonna be your strength plus your weapon.
So my strength is 45, and
Okay.
my weapon. Oh yeah, I got to go down to my weapon. That's right. It's been a while since we fought.
Yep.
So 45. So 4 plus. So it's 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah,
All
8
right.
damage.
So you have what, an axe?
Yeah, I have an axe. So
All right.
it's strength,
You
strength value.
bring your axe whirling around and slam it into the creature's hide with a resounding strike, and 2 scales go splitting off, and you draw a small welter of blood, and the creature does not seem to notice much.
All right, next turn. There you go.
All right.
Interesting fact.
The two men next to you, at seeing their friend get literally ripped in half and bitten, go immediately pale and turn around to run. However, one of them is a little bit too close to Big Daddy here, and he's going to get a free strike since Mr. Man here, they're both fleeing. One of them was not in combat, but one of them is. So he is going to get attacked by the Basilisk. And just for shits and giggles, I'll let y'all actually see this one.
Hey, at least the fat guy took that first bite, you know? A true champion.
A true hero of his peasant people.
I'm still waiting for Sotek to do that squeal.
Yeah, I need
Don't worry, I'll do it before the end of the session, I promise.
Sweet pig.
Sweet Basilisk!
Yeah.
What was I looking up? Oh, right.
Oh, the Dropbox does not seem to work anymore, Sotek, to get to the...
I probably deleted it because I can't leave it up because it takes up so much space. So
yeah, no worries.
If you don't download it, it's your fault.
Yeah, it's fine. I might have it somewhere. It doesn't. I don't need it.
Fleeing. Where?
I like to imagine the guy was like, "Oh dang it," and then he died.
No, he was like,
I want Sci-Fi Channel acting.
Immediately gains 1 advantage.
We watched such a horrid
1
movie on
free
Netflix
attack,
last night. Oh.
Unopposed.
oh my god,
It was sci-fi. It was like
Plus
sci-fi quality,
20.
right?
First,
So it's
I
plus
love my sci-fi movies.
30.
Me too. Jonathan Rhys
Yeah,
Davies is in like half of them.
that was the quality of, like, no, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know.
Have you guys watched Zombie?
All right,
Yes.
the beast reflexively. The beast reflexively slashes out one of its 8 legs that are carved with huge claws, and as it connects, it will do how much damage? So 6 plus a success level plus the higher score from the unit's die or the success level. 34 on your attack.
Yeah, sure.
And there was 52.
Right out of nowhere with the steel chair.
Okay, it reaches out its claw and brings it crashing down, and the man you had identified as Hams only has time to let out a small yelp before the claws literally trisect his body into 3 separate clumps, which fall flatly and wetly onto the ground succinctly.
This thing seems pretty overpowered, I must admit.
And this guy gets the fuck out of it. Oh, you can run.
This isn't a mud crab.
The approach must be something. It's not a mud shark.
Alright, I'm assuming this thing doesn't look like it wants to be charmed at all.
Whip it.
If it was just you and you stumbled upon it in the wild, you might have a chance to charm it, but seeing as it's already been stabbed in the side and it just killed 2 people, it's a little upset.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna angle...
Whip it in the eye, Goji. Blind it.
I know. I'm gonna go right here and try to whip it in its eye. Right in its eye.
Okay, do you actually want to aim, or are you just trying to hit it? Because if you tried to actually aim to hit in the eye, you could do that, but you take a pretty serious penalty.
Just the face region then. Do I have to... his face is huge, right?
Yeah, you...
Yeah, well, you could just whip him and just hit him where you hit him.
Like, what is a whip gonna do?
Yeah, he's armored all over. It's not like you're gonna fucking pull off...
Go for the
here.
eye.
Yeah, okay, you know what? I'm going for the eye, actually.
Oh,
so
God.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so
They're all
how...
gonna die.
Now, Pone has fire.
He has the power
As
of
soon
fire.
as I build up the courage to look around this tree.
You need to use a fortune point to get out from back there.
Oh, fortune.
It recharges every phase. Your free reroll.
Alright, so what do I do? Do I just get
It
disadvantage?
recharges every session. So
Every
if you've
session, that's what I
If you've already fortune pointed today, you have no more.
I have not, sir.
So do I just get massive...
Wait, I have 2 fortune points.
Sotek.
Do I just get massive, like, disadvantage at it, or...
Modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to look it up real quick because you're
Okay.
a pain in the ass and are making me look up something I wasn't expecting.
What if
Stuff.
Goji blinds the beast?
It has 2 eyes, not 1.
Well, it's still, you know.
Should have whipped it in the nuts.
Indiana Jones style slid underneath and
Cold
just hog-tied it.
If anybody can roll it, it's you.
Gojira, you should do a backflip and jump on its back.
Yeah.
Like
All
an
the
athletics check.
with fatigue.
Yeah, our party's pretty pitiful right now.
It's not good.
It's so pitiful.
We're all just exhausted.
All right.
exhausted,
So,
the other
Goji,
half
let
are
me
terrified.
explain the situation. If you whip at this creature, you will get a plus 40 to hit it because he is enormous. Like, he's very, very big.
Yeah.
However, if you try to okay. Actually, yeah, so you'll get plus 40, but the downside is that if you try and aim for a specific hit location, you'll get minus 20, and if you're trying to do that, the dwarf can potentially be in the way, which is going to give
I
you...
angled off
Really?
to the side.
My guy's so short.
I angled off to the side. Too.
Yeah, I will say, hitting it in the eye, you'll need a pretty miraculous roll. You can call a headshot. An eye shot, you're going to have to, like, roll single digits.
Yeah. Then, I guess headshot.
Okay, so do you want to call a headshot, or do you just want to hit it? It's armored everywhere. It does not matter where you hit it.
Yeah, just
Oh,
Take
then
the-
I'll just,
take the
I'll
plus
just
40.
take it with the plus 40.
Okay, so yeah, you get a flat plus 40 then. Make sure to roll using your whip. Okay, great.
dun, 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 dun.
All right, so you
Ooh,
do hit him.
Barely.
How much damage did you do though? Strength. What's your strength bonus?
2. 2.
2, 4, 5. All right, you lash out with your whip, and there's an audible crack as it slaps against the scales and does absolutely nothing.
You
Dun,
guys,
dun, dun, dun.
You put a bit of a scratch on one of its scales.
We should have ran and let him eat the other three.
you,
All right, dwarf. The beast glares down at you and brings one of its paws crashing down.
Okay.
I will say you can try and parry. Just know that if you try and parry him, you'll take a minus 40.
A minus 40?
Uh huh.
Okay, and my other option
If you
is
try,
a dodge.
if you try and dodge, you don't take any penalty, just because he's way bigger than you.
Okay, let me look at my characteristics. It's probably screwed either way. Let's see here. So my agility is pretty poor, and the parry is based on your melee basic.
Yes.
So it's basically minus 40, so that'll put me at 20. It's literally like the same as my dodge.
Well, feel free to make up your mind whenever. Here
So
it comes.
dodge or melee basic.
Yep,
Okay.
dodge or melee basic, but if you do the melee basic, it's minus 40.
I shall attempt to dodge.
All right, that is not enough, and he does hit you.
I could use a fortune point if I wanted to, but I should probably save that.
You could if you want.
God, it's such a bad roll already. So
how many do you have?
I have a lot of the resolute ones, but I still have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how hard this thing hits. It hit for 6 damage on the other guy, so it's not terrible.
It hit for way more than 6.
Oh, okay, that's just
It
what
hit.
it
It hit him for. Let me look back. Let me actually tell you how much it hit him for, just to put everything in reference here. It hit
Sure.
him for. 9. It hit him for 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll try and use a fortune point. Screw it.
No, we should run.
Well, I don't have a choice right now. I have to.
It's not his turn to choose to run.
And I could use a fate point if all goes south, and we could all probably escape off that if we had to. So, let's see here.
Fate points do not work for party, only individuals.
Yeah, I'm saying if we could all agree to use our.
Oh
fate
yeah,
points.
that's true.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna re-roll and see if I can get really lucky, even though it's a pretty small percentage. But
Okay. Remember, it's not about succeeding. It's about just having better success levels than the monster did. It's a comparison.
So technically, he could still. Oh.
All right, you definitely dodge aside, and its foot comes slamming down into where you were standing, making a deep impression in the ground. And
that's
you,
right.
You derisively look up at it in contempt. Susan, you're up.
Badass.
You can either run for your life to safety, or you can take a cool check if you want to try and help.
Cool check. Let's stay useless.
No,
This is like the final boss here, isn't it?
no penalty, maybe.
No penalty.
Oh, you gather your courage as you see your husband deftly evade this beast. He's clearly in mortal danger, even though he seems to be playing it off a little too coolly. And you rally your courage. You may now act as normal. Next turn, because you have to take that at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Alrevis, you're up.
Light your shit on fire.
Burn
I
it.
want. Oh, man, I don't want to cut you guys off though. All right.
It's okay. Leave me.
How far would I be able to throw the flame?
You cannot throw it.
Touch it.
It's just
Okay.
so.
It
it's
is-
just
it is-
on your
it is-
block.
You're so useless.
It is bound to you. You can attempt to light something on fire if there's something flammable near you, but you
Well,
cannot
there's like
throw
grass
it.
and shit everywhere.
Burn down the
There is grass, but please remember you are in a swamp, not like California.
Yeah, I'll burn down the whole goddamn swamp if I am.
That's not how swamps work.
Well, how many swamps have you been in?
More
Why
than
don't you take off your robe and light it
my
on fire?
God, your wife is there.
Alright, I'm just going to. Alright then,
Throw a candle at it.
I shall move. Oh yeah, this is.
Don't grab its nuts with the hand that's on fire.
It's time to. We're agreeing to get GTFO, right?
I mean,
I don't know. Are you?
Well, let's
No, like,
see
I'm
how
asking- I'm asking-
we can see how one more combat phase goes. I mean, I don't know. This thing probably has like 60 wounds or 50 wounds, I would imagine. So,
If only I
Unless-
could tell you.
I mean, we could always just look in the compendium, but
This thing hit that dude for 30.
That
when you
won't
had your
necessarily tell you the truth. That's just those are like suggested.
yeah.
This thing hit that dude for 30. Like when you did like your epic strike against the fucking shark or something, wasn't it like 10 to 12?
Yeah, I just
And-
hit this thing for
And
I just hit this thing for 5.
in defense of y'all, if that dude hadn't been fleeing, it would not have been nearly as bad.
Yeah. I mean, this thing's probably the final boss, to be honest, of our adventure. So, I mean, we could go out in a blaze of glory. I mean, maybe you could try and get near it with fire, and maybe it'll
my
scare it.
whips just don't do shit.
Okay.
Well, you-
I have to roll a cool check to see if I can move closer.
You rolled pretty crappy, Gojira, so don't take that as factual.
And this is
Alright.
just still my -0, so. Nope, I'm not.
Oh,
getting
by
it.
the way, Goji, when you hit him with your whip, did you want to try and entangle it?
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
I'm gonna go ahead and
I don't want to be
use
entangled with that.
since I have 2 fortune points, I get 1 back every. Or do I get 1 back every session?
You get
or
your
how-
full amount, I think.
I will say there is no threat to you entangling it unless you like fumble.
What is entangling?
So
do?
entangling would be you would hit it with your whip and constrict a part of its body, and it basically would be disabled until it was able to break it. Which, granted, how big this guy is, he more than likely would be able to break it immediately. But if he rolls like crap and you manage to hold him, then it could provide your party some valuable time to get some free hits in.
You could hold his mouth shut.
With these mouths shut.
Do I get both my fortune points back every session?
Yes, you get all your fortune
Okay.
points back every
I'm
session.
gonna go ahead and use 1 here then.
Okay.
Dire need.
Yeah, no penalty.
F.
So close.
I can't do anything.
The High Elf is having an existential crisis, though he does have his flame to comfort him. Grimly, you're up. Also, gain 1 advantage because you hit him and wounded him.
Because I've struck the beast.
Actually, gain another advantage because he attacked you back and you won the roll-off.
That's right, filthy lizard. All right, yeah, I'm gonna attempt to beat some ass here real quick. So,
Okay.
satisfy the grudge. So I should use my weapon, correct, instead of my melee basic, like you asked.
Yeah.
Hand axe modifier. Does the advantage play into
Yes,
this at all?
advantage gives you plus 10% for every advantage.
Okay, so plus 20.
Pog chain.
And you get another plus 10 because he's big. He's easy to hit.
But Gojira's whip gets plus 40.
Yes, because it's a shooting attack.
Okay, got it.
Ooh, nice. He does not manage to turn you aside. and your axe connects heavily right between his eyes and actually managed to shatter its way through his scales pretty meaningfully. So you gain another advantage, and he takes 7 plus 4 is 11. So he takes 11 damage to the head.
Oof.
That's right.
He should be around 100 HP now.
That's right, you filthy
So
wazo.
can I target that area where it's not shielded then?
No, that's too specific, especially for a frickin' whip. All right,
Yeah, but he.
Meezer, you're up.
Have you not heard the tales of Master Meaver?
If you roll a nat 5 or below, we'll talk.
All right, I will try to like entangle him after this hit.
All right, whip away. You get plus
You
40.
have to hit first.
Weep, weep, weep.
All right, you do hit him, but once again, it does not do any damage. But he is entangled, at least for a moment.
Around his maw, so he can't.
Yeah, I'd entangle his teeth. his nose, like
His nose is literally 2 holes on his head.
Yeah.
He tries to throw the whip into his nostril and out
And
the
out
other,
the
so
other.
he can't breathe.
Yes. We will suffocate him.
It was quite simple, really. Why'd you take away the beast's oxygen?
All right, so you have to hold on to your whip and hold on for dear life. The beast's turn. He is going to use his action to attempt to break the entanglement.
Dear God.
So
Yes,
that means
I'm
he doesn't get
I'm
to
gonna
attack
go
them.
flying.
Yeah, he will be busy trying to throw the whip off or
Oh,
open
now
his
we know
mouth
why the whip's useful. Great.
instead of attacking.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes. Kill the
Wow,
beast.
Goji's character is useful.
Kill it.
Yeah, he easily breaks out of it. So he opens his whip and the whip kind of snaps awkwardly. It doesn't break, but it does quickly unravel itself. And actually, you know what? Hold on a second.
Whip cracked
Don't
with his
break
rubber
my
tail,
wrist.
and the beast was.
Oh,
Foul
no.
beast.
Yeah, no. He opens his mouth suddenly and the whip just can't even begin to fathom the amount of strength that just got put into it. And the whip is torn to shreds.